Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing an unboxing of 3 Gemini jets. That's right, a triple unboxing. Pretty exciting. I just want to let you guys know before I start that I'm in Florida, and I apologize about that, but the rest of the video is going to be pre-recorded besides this voiceover. So I'll see you all at the end of the video, and enjoy. Here's our triple unboxing. So today we have a Lufthansa, let me see if I can, Lufthansa A340-300. We have a Boeing 747-8 in the United States of America Air Force One livery, Trump's design. And we have a Boeing 747-8F in the interactive series. This is a great model. I'm so excited to open it up. So these are all pretty new to me. I got them just this Christmas, and I'm excited to open them up. So let's start with the Lufthansa. This is the Lufthansa A340-300. I got it for Christmas, and I love this model. I've only had it for a couple of weeks now. So, as we can see on the front of the box, it's like the nice chrome box, like a silver color. This is what most of the new Lufthansa livery Gemini jets come in, and it's a nice box. So we're going to start off at the front here. You can see the airplane decal right here, the Gemini Jets logo up here. It says made for collectors by collectors, Lufthansa logo, Airbus A340-300, DAIFD, and then 1/400 scale die-cast model aircraft. And then let's get to the sides. Here's another decal, adult collectible model, another decal, and just some more information. So now if we do look inside, here's the actual plane, and then some more general information about the aircraft. So, yeah, I'm going to open it up. Okay, so it comes in like this blue and clear packaging, standard Gemini jets. Open it up. Got some more of that like wrapping paper stuff, and if we take this Lufthansa plane out, oh, one more little piece of wrapping paper there. Let me get this all out of the way. There we go. So here's the model. Okay, so this is now up close. This is the Lufthansa A340-300. Up here on the front, we can see we actually have the Star Alliance logo. We have the Lufthansa logo. We have the door. That's where we would say welcome aboard. We have a Lufthansa logo. This is the new livery, so it's actually like a bluish color, but I think that might have how it was on the old livery, but the tail's a lot different, so I'll show you that in a minute, and the engines and everything. So there's no actual gray bottom because of the new livery. We can see a lot of detail. Another door. If I scoot it forward and pull it forward, here we are. There's another like welcome aboard sign. Here's the 2 engines, and then yeah, bunch of windows, another door. That's the Wi-Fi hub on top. Oh, and I didn't show you guys, there is another antenna over here. There's another antenna and another antenna. So got, let me see, how many doors? 1, 2, 3, 4 doors. I think 1 or 2 of them are emergency doors and not like regularly used doors, but yeah, again, Wi-Fi hub, 2 antennas on the back and 1 on the front. And then if we move this forward even more, right there, DAIFD. So that is the registration, and the flags on there looks like Belgium, and another one that I'm not really sure. It might be Germany. I'm not sure what that one is, or maybe that one's Germany, or maybe, yeah, I don't know. So there's some 2 flags on there. I need to get better at my countries there. But yeah, now let's move on to the tail now. As we can see, the white bird, or the white Lufthansa logo, is there. This is very, very different from the old Lufthansa livery. As we remember, on the old Lufthansa livery, it was actually orange, gray, and blue. I think it might have been like a lighter shade of this blue, maybe. But yeah, now it's just white and blue, like a navy blue. So that's very different. And yeah, I noticed this on all of the planes. It's not just the A340. It doesn't use all of the tail there. It always cuts off a section. Like if I pull off this A380 from the gate here, you could see it still cuts out that portion of white. So let me see if I can get this one in focus back here. Yeah, you can see it still cuts out that portion of white. And then if I get a Lufthansa 747-400 and I put it like right there, can you see it there? It still cuts out that portion of white, like right there. So it's interesting. Why they do that, I'm not sure, but yeah, they've been pretty consistent with that. if we look onto the tail, let's get this to focus again. There we can see the elevators, and then if we turn it like this, so that way you can see the back facing forward, you can see that that is an actual hole, or not a hole, but like a dent in the back and not just a painted on, so that's nice. I was watching Aviation 18's video on this aircraft. He was doing an unboxing on it. And, of course, his is a lot more detailed and a lot better than mine, but let's just take a look really quick. Go check out his channel. He's a great YouTuber, but let me show you. There it is. So the Wi-Fi hub, this is an interesting detail. All credit to Aviation 18. I don't want to steal his info here, but he said that this Wi-Fi hub wouldn't actually be that shade of, like, gray. It would be a white color, but they decided to use the gray color. Gemini Jets did, so that's a mark against Gemini Jets. I'm not sure why they made that color gray, but again, all credit to all credit to Aviation 18 for that info. Thank you. So, yeah, now let's move to the top of the plane. Now, this is looking at the top of the plane. We can see the Lufthansa logos. There's our 3 antennas, the Wi-Fi hub, and of course we have a navigation light, if I zoom in. That's represented by that red dot, so that's what that is. The wings are very detailed. Both sides, if you watched my last unboxing on the United 737-800 from Gemini Jets, you would be able to know that one side had the flaps, but the other side didn't. This one, both sides have flaps, so that's good to see. And the 4 engines, and everything looks pretty good from this side. So I'm going to turn it upside down, and we'll see what we can see on the other side. So this is now looking on the bottom of the plane. As we can see, there's the A340's 1 engine there. And, of course, we got, where's the baggage doors on this plane? We have to have baggage doors. Oh, yeah, there's one on the front there. Then if we move down, there's one back here. And let me move the camera down a little. And there's another one right there. So we can see our baggage doors. Let me zoom in a little. Whoa. Let me zoom in a little and see where the stand would go, which I have this one on a stand a lot. It fits very well. There's another navigation light represented by a red dot, and then a Gemini Jets logo. Here's something interesting I learned from Aviation 18's video. Again, all credit to Aviation 18 for this, but let me see if I can get this camera to it, but right on the engine, there is a, like, arrow. There it is. I'm not sure if this is like what it's like on the actual aircraft, or is that's just how they put it on, but yeah, there's an arrow there. If you can see that, like, silver arrow. My light's not being very good. There we go. So yeah, that's interesting. I never noticed that, but yeah, that's the bottom of the plane. By the way, you guys are probably not concerned, but you guys are probably confused why I've been talking about Aviation 18's like video from like there's been like 5 videos. Again, this is pre-recorded because I'm in Florida, and I apologize that it's pre-recorded, but yeah, so that's why we have a triple unboxing today. So I'm going to move on to our next plane, which is the United States of America Boeing 747-8I, which is the Air Force One and Trump's livery. Now, this is the Boeing 747-8I Air Force One. This, of course, is in Trump's livery, so let's review this. Just at the look at the box, this is a standard Gemini Jets box, unlike the Lufthansa box, which is a chrome box, and unlike the next box, which you'll see in a minute. So this is a 747-8I, as I've said a couple times. This is, as we can see, the decal, Gemini Jets logo. You know, it's a regular box, except I've never gotten one with the United States of America and the President of the United States seal, so that's pretty cool. If I open up the box, here is the plane. Let me bring you guys down a little. Now, let me open up this. Now, the 747-8s are interesting. This was my first 747-8 that I got a few weeks ago, and, well, that I ever got, but I got it a few weeks ago, and I noticed that when you take it out of the box, I'm not sure if this is the only model that does this, but it's almost like pushed into the box. Like, the flaps are almost like pushed in, if you can see what I mean there. So when I take it out, you have to like push it forward, and there, it like pops out. It's odd. And then that wrapping on the bottom, let's move that over there. And finally, the aircraft has come out of the box. This is the Air Force One straight out of the box. Just first impressions, the very nice aircraft. I was so surprised to see this when I saw the when I saw the 747-8 versus the 400. I have two 400s already, and just to see the 8, it's such a difference. It's a big plane, and I thought it would be like little things, but it is much different. So now I'm going to move on to the little details. So now if you take a look on the front, you can see that there's the hump there. That's very accurately placed. That is actually there on the real Air Force One, so that's nice to see. We can see we have all these windows here, and they go back even a little further. I believe if President Trump was to get on board, or whatever president now, but I think they would board from under there, but I'm not sure. I'm not good at this, but there's 3 antennas on the top there. Got a door there, a door down there, and more windows. This entire thing, it's like a passenger plane. There's windows on the entire thing. It's not a cargo plane where they cut out most of the windows. So let's view down the rest of the plane. There's the seal down there. That's very important. I love that seal. Now if we move down, we can see the engines are like a navy blue along with the bottom of the plane. The first level of windows are all red, and then the top level is white, and for the rest of the plane it's white from that up. As we can see here, those are the wing landing lights. They are very nice, and then the engines are a nice navy blue. I don't know if it's coming out on camera. It doesn't look like it is, but the engines are almost like a different material. They're very like, I don't know how to describe it, like a polished. It's odd, but they're almost a different material. They look like a different material. I'm going to keep them moving down. And right there we have, I think it's a star for something. I'm not sure what that's for. And then the registration is 3000. And if we go down even more, we're at the tail. So now let's do a tail review. Now this is the tail. As we can see here, that's the American flag, and then the flap line is actually there. This on the back, I'm not sure if that's an actual, oh yeah, that's an actual hole. That's not just painted on. That's an actual hole back there, as if it was real. It's not just a paint on. And and then there's 2 more antennas down there for, I guess, for navigation. And that's pretty much it for the side of the plane. I'm going to move on to the top and the bottom. And now from the top, you can see on the wing here, it says USAF, and then on the other side, that star emblem again. So now we can actually see there's a lot of detail. You can actually see the flaps on both sides, unlike the JetBlue A321neo. Right there, we can see the cockpit windows and that hump on the front. I'm not sure what it's for, but I'm guessing some sort of navigation or something like that. And the engine. So the top is nothing out of the ordinary. It looks like a regular 747 top, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so on the bottom, it's almost like a mirror image of the top, because you have the USAF here and the star emblem on the other side. And then you have the same kind of flap lines. And then, except for I'm not sure what these are for, but those. You have the Gemini Jets logo, the model stand. I put it on the model stand before. It fits really well. There we have a red dot, which represents the navigation lights. There are 4 gear here. They all roll very well, including this one on the top here. This one actually, that's a little rougher, but it does turn. These turn very nice, however. These just roll perfectly. The engine's here, and that's pretty much it. As we can see, actually, there is a color melt in the back here. So that's nice. And then the seals over here. Got baggage there and baggage there. So that's pretty much it for the bottom. Let's move to the front. So here on the front, we can see that color blend again. There's the hump there that we were talking about earlier on the front. And then if we look, there's the cockpit windows. These aren't actually separated, which I think is something all 747-8s have these. But as we can see, the fronts there are, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 panels, like most planes that I've done reviews on so far. There are 4 engines on this aircraft. You can see them here. There's the landing gear. Looks pretty nice on the front, the nose landing gear. And then you can see them on the sides. And that's pretty much for the front. This is something I found very interesting with this model. Unlike some of the other ones where there's been a dent in the back of the plane, like for the exhaust, or maybe it's just painted on, or like maybe it's just a little hole, this one's a full-on like tube. If you look on the sides, you can actually see it, and it's a real hole. It actually goes down pretty far. So that's pretty interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen one that's actually that much of a hole. So that's pretty cool to see. That's pretty much it for the Air Force One. So now I'm going to move on to the interactive series, UPS 747-8F. So now this is not a standard Gemini Jets box. This is the Boeing 747-8F. And another thing from Aviation 18's video, which was posted not too long ago, but of course, you know, it's probably like the last, you know, like 5 videos ago from you guys. But he said this too, and I want to give credit to him again. But it looks a little tacky. The blue mixed with the brown, and almost on the back here, like a greenish color. It's a very odd coloring, but I mean, yeah. So this is an interactive series. This is a 1/400 scale model, UPS. You can see the blue here with the UPS plane in the middle. Of course, that's the open configuration. You can see the door open there, and there's 2 on the other side that we can't see in this thing. Made for collectors by collectors and Gemini Jets. If we look on the other sides of the box, one side is white with that same clip art of the plane. One is green. One is another white, and then back to brown. I'm going to open it up, and well, first I'll go like this. Up here we have some general information about the aircraft, and then right here is the actual aircraft itself, which if we look inside, we can see all the different pieces. Let me get it out of the box now. So, unlike a normal Gemini Jets plane, this one, I mean, I'm not sure if they probably have done it before. I mean, for obviously the other interactive series, but they have this like pinned down. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a push pin. So that way the pieces won't slide around if it gets thrown upside down or something by U.S. Cargo or Gemini Jets employees. I'm going to open this up. And here we can see all the different pieces and the actual plane. When it comes to you in the box, it first has the nose on, and everything else is in its position. So I'm gonna get them all out of the box, and I'll see you then. Okay, so I wasn't going to include you in this part, but now that I'm starting to open it, I'm realizing that just like the other 747-8, this one's almost like pinned into it, and I don't want to. There we go. Yeah, I didn't want that to happen. Some of the pieces bounced, so I'm gonna put this over here. And then here are our pieces. We got this nose piece, which I'm guessing is the up position. I'm going to dump them out here because they're all kind of stuck. That, I'm guessing, is a cargo door in the closed configuration. Open, open, closed, open, closed. So there are 4 different areas that open and close. There's this bigger cargo door. There's these smaller ones. This is the open. This is the closed. And this is the open for this bigger cargo door, and then here's the open for the other small cargo door, and here's the closed for the small cargo door. And then this is the nose for the up position. So, and the nose for the closed position is actually on it, and if we could just slide it out, this one's, you know, just as like a sliding system. So, yeah. So now I'm gonna move you guys a little closer and look at this in more detail. The pieces to the side, and I have the plane here. I'm going to show you guys what it's like in the open and closed configuration. So I'm going to show you how to do that too. In the open configuration, there's this piece that is it's like pins that slide into like holes. And though that makes it look as if it has opened up. So hold on, let me figure this out. I'm going to turn you guys like this so you can actually see what's going on, zoom in. But what I'm going to do is slide the pins into the little, there we go. And they don't go all the way back, but just enough because they're gonna hit that cockpit windows. So after that, I'm gonna move it forward. I'm gonna get this in the open position first, and then I'm gonna get it in the closed configuration. I'm gonna take this cargo door, and we can slide it in there. If you watch Aviation 18's video, which I highly recommend you do, you'll see that he also has this same issue where the tray doesn't slide all the way in, even if you push on it really hard. it's not going to go in all the way, and there's always going to be that little bit out. Of course, it doesn't really matter that much. There's not that much of an issue with it, but you know, it's noticeable. So that's a mark against Gemini jets there. I'm going to turn it the other way and get these other ones also in the open configuration. These are hard. Whenever I go to do these, I can't tell which one is which, and if somebody wants to put that down in the comments for me, I would love that. They both look the exact same. One's like a tad bit bigger, but not really. Like, look at the difference there. They're both the exact same. So I don't know which ones to stick them in. I'm going to take a guess and say that this one goes in here. Let's try to get that on the tray. Yeah, that worked well. And then if I go down to the other one and slide it in, it's moment of truth. If this one works, that's good. If not, yeah, whenever I'm sliding these in and out, I get a little confused with these two, but I figure it out. There it is. And yeah, so this is the open configuration. I'm going to zoom out. This looks great. This is whenever you want to have cargo going into it, which you guys have actually saw in a couple of my airport updates. And yeah, so this is the open configuration. Now I'm going to put it in the closed configuration, and we're going to do a little bit of a more detailed look at the plane. So let me take these off. They slide out very nice and easily. The only one I have trouble getting out is this one sometimes, because I try to push it in harder, so more of the pin will go in there. That time it didn't come out as hard because I didn't push them in as hard. But yeah, so now I am going to put the closed configuration in there. This is the closed configuration for the big one, and as you can see, it has a little bit of a tray on the top, and the rest of it's kind of a bigger, more bulk of one, so that kind of just slides right in there. And then as for the front one, this one is the easiest nose piece to put on aside from the other one, because this one has a tray and a pin on it, so it just kind of slides right in there. Of course not this time. Oh, do it? No. Of course not this time. The one time I have to say it on camera. There we go. Slips right in. And now if I turn it around, there's these two ones, and this is where I get really confused. Which one goes in which? They both look pretty much the same. Maybe there is no difference and I'm just going crazy. But if I slide this one in here, is this going to work well? Oh, I dropped it. Hold on. Yeah, alright, that worked pretty well. It slid right in there. And now, moving on to this front one. If I slide it right in there, try to get that, oh, this is upside down. If I try to get that tray lined up, it slides right in there perfectly. So, there we go. And let's take a look at the model in more detail. So, starting at the front, we can see that the aircraft, whoa, there it is. Well, no, not really. There we go. So we can see that the aircraft has a door there. It has some details by the cone, right? Or not by the cone, the nose right there. There's the pilot's windows, and we got some sort of like a little, I don't know what that is, but it's like a red, you know, design thing up there. Right here we have worldwide services, and we got those 3 windows on the 747 because this is a cargo variation. So this is the F, not the I. There's the door down there. It looks like it has a window on it and has a little bit of detail on there. And then down there, I don't know what those are. I have to look that up better, but I have no idea what those are. I don't think there's an antenna on the bottom, but there is an antenna, however, on the top right there. So if I keep on going forward, got some more little design things there. There are the landing lights. They look great. And then if we move forward, a lot of the rest of the plane is just white until we get back here, which of course, this is the cargo door. And then this is the same cargo door that comes right out like that. So, slide that back in. Very easy to slide in and out. There are some more details there. Looks like a window almost right there. And then got some more, details there. As I go back, I can read you the registration. The registration is November 606 UP, which I'm guessing is for UPS or whatever. So it's November 606 UP. And then now I'm going to do a review on the tail. So I'll see you there. One more thing before I move on to the tail. If you look right here, just like on the Air Force One, that is like an actual tube. There's no like fake painting on there. That's a real tube. I can tap it with my pen. That's a hole in there, so that's pretty interesting. So this is your standard UPS tail. You have the UPS logo, got that silver line going up the back there, and then the rudder right here. You can actually see, you can make out that line there. There is a line on this one, so it actually looks like the rudder. You got another antenna right there, and then this design of the brown and yellow actually continues on for a little bit here. So that looks really good. So now I'm going to move on to the top of the plane and then the bottom. This is now looking at the UPS plane from above. As we can see right here, there's a antenna. We got a navigation light represented by a red dot. Same thing over here. Actually, no, that's not a navigation light. I'm not sure what that is. That's what I saw earlier, but I couldn't make it out. Right here is another antenna. We got some more details on the top. That almost looks like a Wi-Fi hub, but I don't think it is because it's cargo. There's another antenna, and then we got the tail here. I'm now going to move on to the bottom of the plane. So now moving on to the bottom of the plane, you can see the nose gear here, your standard Gemini Jets logo that's always on the bottom of the plane. Right there, we have your model stand hole, and then we have all 4 of the wheels. They came with no damage, which is great. 4 engines, and then the tail over here. This is a massive aircraft. The 747-8 is one of my favorites now that I have it. I mean, it's amazing. So here we can see the cargo doors, but those actually open, of course, because it's the interactive series. So I love the interactive series. It's great. I've been, opening and closing stuff every once in a while. I personally like it more in the open position because in the closed position, it looks like any other Gemini jet. But if you open it up, then you get to see something new that you don't really get to see, which is the open position. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the bottom of the UPS. I'm now going to move on to the front and the back. This is now looking at the front of the plane. We can see the cockpit windows. There are 6 panels, and if we look at the engines, you can see the wing flex, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the front. There's not too much to note. There is an antenna right there, and yeah, and the landing lights, of course. So that's pretty much it for the front. I really can't stress how cool I think this is, that there's an actual hole there, and it's not just painted on. It's an actual like pipe going into the plane, so that's pretty cool. Thank you all for watching. This has been a review on the amazing 3 Gemini jets that I just unboxed. Please like and subscribe the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.